Forza Horizon 6. Man, do I love this game. I honestly bought the game and I was like, yeah, I'll be done with this in a week or two, maybe three at best. But then I played the intro and I knew this was not going to be the case at all. It opens up and everything is looking as beautiful as ever with scenic views and cool cars driving around. And then you get into one of those cars and it's going great until I'm embarrassed to say that wasn't even my editing skills that made that shot fade out, but anyways, the game just came out not too long ago, and I've already put a good amount of time on the game. Yeah, I kind of got to get a hobby, but I just love this game, and I'm not really sure why I love it, if that makes sense. I've never been that much of a car guy, as I literally go on these games and try to recreate my IRL Chevy Equinox, which is by no means a race car, but I think it's funny to say I'm winning races with a Chevy Equinox, even though in-game it's like a Ford Focus, just because it looks similar, and my friends get mad at me because I say things like, imagine losing to a Chevy Equinox. I'm also not the biggest fan of racing or driving games, so why have I become so attached to this game? That's what I keep on asking myself. I couldn't tell you what like 10 of these cars are, and the only driving games I've ever played in the past are Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Xbox 360 because it's cool to get chased by the cops, in game of course. And I played Forza Horizon 4 and 5 because my friends played them and I played them with them. But Forza Horizon 6, I originally got like the others and wanted to play with friends, and that was the sole purpose I was going to play it. But I found myself playing this game alone for hours on end and just getting lost in it because I love the game so much. But it just confuses me on why I love this game so much. So I'm making this video to hopefully answer that question because I'm really just confused on why I love this game so much. Forza Horizon 6 is a great game all around. The music, the freedom, the looks, I like almost everything about it. The only thing I don't like, however, is Bowie Knife 99. Like, seriously, the AIs are crazy drivers in this game, and it's my only complaint. Like, why are they pit maneuvering me when I have them at the normal difficulty? Nonetheless, I've fallen in love with it all, and honestly, I think it's because this game is just so different than the other Forza games to me. Whether the game changed, or maybe I changed. First, I'll talk about how I think the game changed, and then I'll talk about how I've changed and why I think I love this game. So, if you don't care too much about the game itself and everything it has to offer, and rather just want to hear me trying to figure out why I love this game, feel free to skip to this timestamp here. Anyway, starting with the fast travel system, I think that this system is perfect compared to past systems just because you get to fast travel all around the map for free, but you have to have discovered the road before you fast travel to it, which encourages map exploration without forcing you to drive all the way across the map for an event or pay for fast travel like you did in past games. I get that driving across the map to your next destination is part of the game, but sometimes I just want to do straight racing, and I don't want to drive all the way across the map just because I want to do that one particular cross-country race. It also rewards people that fully discover the map, which I think is nice. The system also makes it easier to be a completionist. I would like to call myself a completionist, but I'm a completionist that doesn't fully complete things. By this, I mean I'll go into the achievements, and if I think it's something that is kind of stupid and is just based on how much time you put in rather than an actual challenge, I kind of just ignore it. Such as that one Stanley Parable achievement where you have to come back to the game after a year of not playing it. I respect you if you've done it, but personally I'm going to see myself as a completionist after going through the achievements I think are fair or worth doing as a good challenge, rather than all of them which I guess doesn't make me a completionist, but whatever. In my opinion, Forza Horizon 6 doesn't have too many stupid achievements other than earn all playlist points for a season because that means I have to actively wait for the next season unless I'm just not understanding the season system very well, or park the GR prototype at a car meet. Like, I guess I don't understand why that's an accomplishment as I don't know cars very well. I bring all of this stuff up about being a completionist because I feel like being a completionist in Forza is a very rewarding process. It always shows you how many roads you've discovered, how many races you've completed, how many speed traps you've done, and every single time you complete one, it just makes you feel very, very rewarded and good about yourself because you're slowly getting into that end goal and it's always updating you on that. Moving on, I want to talk about immersion. Immersion is a very important thing in video games, and it's kind of funny because I just recently got my sister, who only plays like Fortnite, Roblox, and Minecraft, into Little Nightmares, and one of the only questions she asked me while playing it is, why do I feel like I'm in the game? Immersion is always something important in video games, and I think Forza does a really good job of making it immersive while also showing that this is still a video game. The game feels realistic while also not being realistic because you have things like a skill chain that reminds me of like something like a fighting game where it's like nice combo, but instead it's like clean racing, great pass, or simply speed. I really love this because to me, this is the developer's way of saying, go out in that field and wreak havoc and build up a hella big skill chain. The game is so immersive in terms of its atmosphere, but so not immersive in terms of the story and arcadey style of everything. I also love that you can make this game as realistic or unrealistic as you like. If you want to drive everywhere and obey traffic and act like you're in that world, I honestly wouldn't do that, but you can do that. If you want to drive like you're a bat out of hell, which is normally what I do, you can do that. I love that part of the game. And I also love how slow paced and calm you can make the races, or you could make them 200-mile-per-hour races that get your heart pumping and you're literally racing against something like a transformer. I love that. I think there's just so much customization in your experience, and I'm only scratching the surface. Speaking of customization, though, you can put all kinds of designs on your cars, and all of those designs are made by other people that are playing the game, which I think is amazing that there's people going on there creating designs and kind of just showing off their creativity in a game like this. I always find systems like that to be amazing. Now, I probably should have cut this part, but I've personally opted for anime girls on every single one of my cars. Not because I'm weird, but because I want all my cars looking as cute and as adorable as possible. And if you disagree, you're just a hater. But I also have some cars that, well, are cute and adorable too. Last thing about customization is just about the radio stations and how much variety there is. You can choose your own radio station and type of music you want to listen to, and there are some absolute bangers out there, like Cheerleader by Porter Robinson and Enchanting Stranger by Milk Talk, which I sadly cannot play because of copyright reasons. Last thing I'll talk about here is the progression system. I love how you have the choice to start out with slower races and work your way up, or you can do straight street racing and always do fast high stakes racing. I personally opted for all the slower races and worked my way up through the system, but I love that you have the choice between the two. Sure, some people will hate it because it limits you to certain cars, but I like buying a car for every single race out there to have a really good variety and experience these different cars that I otherwise wouldn't see. Like at the point in the game that I'm at, I've literally completed all the races but one, and it's because I'm saving up 2.5 million for a specific car that I can use in this race just because it looks cool. Now for the question of why I enjoy this game so much. Honestly, I don't know why, and I don't know if I have a sure shot answer still. I've changed a lot since Forza Horizon 4 came out in 2018 and I was playing it. My interest and views of video games have changed a lot, and I used to play video games and not really enjoy them for the sake of having fun, but for the sake of competition. Like, I used to love Rainbow Six Siege, but not because it was fun, but because I wanted to be good at it and reach high ranks. I think now I can look at a game and say, yeah, that's just truly a fun game that I can waste hours on and not care about what my rank is or if I'm winning or losing. I also have never been around the world and have never been off the east coast of the US at that. I've literally only been to a number of states and I've never looked at Forza as a way to see more of the world until now. I know that sounds really lame, but I love the atmosphere of the game, and I think that's what initially grabbed me, and probably why I'm not drawn as much to Forza Horizon 5 in comparison. This is also the first game that I'm seeing a drastic change in how I view it as I grow older. Forza Horizon has stayed basically the same through the games I've played, but my view of them has changed so much that this is the first game I'm kind of seeing like this. Like, I grew up with Halo, and of course, I can get different messages from the game as I grow older, and it can kind of grow with me. But I think the reason I play Halo has always been kind of the same, and it's to get that kind of nostalgia and that same story that kind of pumps me up. With Forza, I'm playing it now because I'm realizing how much fun it really is and how many hours I can actually put into it and still enjoy it. Maybe it's because I'm older and I find things like long night drives where I get absolutely lost fun, or maybe it's because I'm just looking past what the game is actually about and looking at what kind of enjoyment I'm getting out of it instead. It's kind of funny because I recently stumbled across this video by someone named Arit, and it's shown on screen now. It's a wonderful video, but it was about how Toradora will outlive us all, and how as you age, you can look at Toradora and pull different things out of it, and I thought it was a really good video. But I asked the question of, can't you look at everything differently as you age, and why is it just Toradora that you're talking about here? And somebody said it's not about if you can look at everything differently as you age, it's about what you see once you do look at it again. And that kind of sparked my answer for Forza Horizon 6. It's not about what I can look at differently as I go through the games, but it's about what I am noticing now that I'm going through and playing the sixth game. At this point in making the video, I feel like I would have known what the answer is, but I still really don't know. I don't think I'd love it just because it's a great game, but rather because it is a great escape. Sometimes I just got nothing to do, and there's a lot of thoughts that come about. With those thoughts, there are good and there are bad, and I think Forza gives me a really good escape from all the bad ones. With so much free time, my mind just kind of wanders, and Forza gets me away from getting lost in thought. Maybe I'm just really bored and need a hobby, but I think it goes further than that. Forza gives us a great way to experience tons of freedom and go wherever we please and do whatever we please. We're not restricted to where we go, what we do, how we do it, what car we do it in, what music we're listening to while we do it, or anything for that matter. And I think that's why I love Forza. It gives me the ability to truly escape from life and just do whatever I want and complete the game at my own pace and experience everything that it has to offer in my own way. Sure, you could say this about any game, and I would agree that video games in general are great to escape from life, but I think Forza nails it on the head when it comes to great games to escape life with, just because I sit there, play it for hours, and don't even realize how much time I've really spent on it, and I really just am escaping from reality at that point. I've never been great at expressing how I'm feeling or what I'm thinking for that matter, so I hope this video made sense. I also hope that this video reaches the right people and they can hopefully relate with this, just because I think Forza Horizon 6 is a truly great game to experience. I made this video because everyone has discussed what's in the game and done their own game reviews, but not how the game made them feel. And I think it needed brought up just because this is one of the first games that have made me feel this way, and I just really can't put my finger on why it made me feel this way. So this is where I open it up to the floor. Maybe somebody has had a similar experience with this game and they really love it, but are not sure why they love it, or maybe they've just had that with games in the past. Of course, this is just my experience and how the game made me feel, but I don't know. Maybe there's other people that have also had this same experience that I have. Other than that, though, I hope you all have a wonderful day and enjoyed watching, and I'll see you.